Okay. Is that actually gonna work? Excellent connection. It might work now. We're gonna try. It says it's Let's go ahead and mute ourselves really quick.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Can I be heard now?
Yes.
Can the stream hear me now?
I can hear Emma and Maria.
So the stream apparently cannot hear me, but I'm talking.
No, the stream can hear you. There's just a wee bit of a delay.
Big delay. Just got, can I be heard?
Okay, apparently there's a very big delay. Am I, like, really delayed compared to them?
No. You're
Okay.
good to go.
Alright, well, hello everyone. My name is Allie Hilton. She, her pronouns. And if you two would like to introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Rhea. I use she, they pronouns.
My name is Emmett. I use he, him pronouns.
Thank you guys for joining me. Sorry that there was such a delay, everyone. My computer decided, you know what, we're not going to work today, even though we worked perfectly last night, so it's fun times.
Fully just was not cooperating.
My computer decided, you know what, fuck you. I'm like, you know what, that's fair. But anyway.
Finally. We're here.
We're here, finally. It's been like an hour and a half in trying to get it to work, but we're here in the end, and that's really what's important. So, as you all know, we are going to be listening to episode 3 today. I don't know why it says episode 2, the games children play, but it's actually episode 3. I apologize for that, and because I cannot fix my computer right now because we're using a different computer, it's just gonna stay like that.
We are listening to episode 3.
Yes, we are listening to episode 3. The title, the computer, like, the stream title is the correct title, not the one that's on the screen. But you know what? You win some, you lose some. So just so y'all who are listening know, we are answering questions and comments on our Discord, which is in the lower right-hand corner. It's also in or it should be in the descriptions. Last time I checked it was. And if you guys have any questions for the episode, because yeah, we'll be doing a Q&A afterwards. So if you guys have any questions or comments or whatever, if you just want to say hi, you can go ahead and join us there. It's the only place we're going to be taking questions from. We're not going to be taking them from the chat. And without further ado, I think it's finally time, hour and a half later, that we should probably listen to episode 3, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and mute ourselves, and episode 3 is about to begin. Before we begin, I wanted to give a quick shout out to Ari, who helped edit this episode. It would not be done without her. The following episode contains loud screaming, kidnapping, torture, and minor character death. If you are sensitive to any of these, please listen at your own discretion. If you would like to read the script instead, the episode's transcript is available on our Tumblr at dininginthevoid.tumblr.com. Otherwise, we hope you enjoyed this episode of Dining in the Void.
Look at these children. They are so young in the universe. Their entire lives are nothing but specks, here and then gone in the blink of an eye, so small against the dark, shaded sky. Look at the games they play. He said, she said, they said it too. Count down the clocks of their lives, try to even survive before they are snuffed out. Look at how they run under the suns and stars of the universe, We show them the truth, but they are blinded. To watch is to look away, because no one is really looking. The truth burns too much. Look at how they cry. Their sorrows more than they can handle. If only they knew our sorrow, would they cry so much, or would they cry more?
Katie, no.
Katie, yes.
No!
Aw, why not?
Because it's incredibly stupid and irresponsible. You already got hurt, and now you just want to throw yourself into more unnecessary danger?
Waverly, this could help us find out who the host is. This could give us the answers we're looking for.
Or it could get you seriously hurt. More than just a broken arm or bruised head. I won't allow it.
You won't allow it? I'm sorry, but when did you suddenly become in charge of me? It's decided, then. I'm going to do it. Danger or not, this may answer some questions and get us out of here.
Well, for the record, it's also really dangerous. And stupid.
Yeah, well, what part of my life hasn't been?
What?
Just stand back. I'll crawl in there and see if I can find a way to let you in.
What do you see?
Nothing. Just a lot of darkness. You know, this happened in a movie once.
Yes, Katie, this happens in a lot of movies. Movies where people who go into the darkness are usually the ones who die.
Well, someone's gotta break that tradition. Might as well be me, I guess. Let there be light. Okay, Katie Bell. If you were a hidden door, where would you be hiding? Oh, right, I get through the hidden door. Okay, if you were a perfectly normal door, where would you be? How in the name of all stars am I supposed to get up there?
Did you find another door?
Yeah, I found one. It's on the ceiling.
It's... where?
Like smack dab in the middle with nothing around it. When their right mind puts a door on the ceiling. On the ceiling! It's totally useless. You cannot step into a ceiling. That makes no sense.
Is there anything you can use to climb up to it?
Nope. There's just a lot of old stuff in here. Really old stuff. Things that should probably be in a museum or something. Ah, this book looks older than my grandmother.
What book is it?
Let me show you the stars. It's an old Earth book from 2018, back when they used wood for paper. I don't think any books from then were still even around. Must have withered away to nothing by now. But this one is in near perfect condition.
How is that possible?
I don't... Ah! Oh.
What was that?
I know, just all the ladies falling for me.
Haha, you're hilarious, Katie Bell.
Wait.
Took you a second. Ugh. A little help here?
You okay, Evelyn? It sounded like it hurt.
I'll be fine. I don't think I broke anything. Oh, I think I sprained my wrist, though. I'll have to get Mars to take a look at that.
How did you get through the door? Wait, she probably stepped on it. She fell through it. Where's the other side?
I'm not sure. After you two left, I wandered around for a bit and, well, fell through the ceiling, I guess. It just looked like an ordinary door into another dark room, but then suddenly there was a gust of wind and here I am.
Wait, so one moment you were walking upright and the next you were falling through the ceiling?
That's what happened.
Doors aren't supposed to work like that.
I know that, but I don't think this door got the message.
Where was the door?
I don't know. Somewhere near the kitchen, maybe? Like I said, I got kind of lost.
Stars, this is going to take forever to find.
You know, it doesn't need to be that hard.
Oh, good. Tala's working again.
It doesn't need to take forever, you know.
Well, Tala, that's the rate at which we seem to be going. So, unless you have some brilliant, convenient idea you just now came up with, in which case, please, by all means, help us, oh mighty exposition machine.
You guys forget, I know where everything is. Well, almost everything. There is that one room that keeps moving around. But I digress. What can I do for you?
You could start by telling us what you've been doing this whole time.
Waiting for you to need help.
We've needed help this entire time. What were you even doing? You're a voice. You're a machine. What could be so important that you just now showed up to help?
Trying to run the station. Making sure you don't die. That's kind of important.
Tala, can you get Waverly to the door?
Yes, I can.
Lead the way then.
Well, first you're going to want to head towards the silver door with the number 359 on it.
Okay.
Then you take a left up here past the red and green door. Don't ask where the music's coming from. I have no idea. And then next you're going to want to turn right.
What is this place?
I'm not sure. Looks like some kind of museum. Maybe the host is a collector of this kind of stuff?
Look at this photo.
Here's another one. Jeez, does this person have a thing against faces or something? Why are they all cut out?
This is weird. I have a bad feeling about this. And hey, look at this one. It's the same thing. Wait a minute. This looks like the same girl. Oh, stars. Yeah, this is definitely the same girl. No doubt about it.
How can you tell?
Look, in these two, it's the same outfit. And in these two, it's the same thing. All these photos are of her, but her face is gone.
Could she be the host?
Maybe. Or she's someone the host wants to forget.
Why wouldn't the host just throw the photos away?
Maybe they're still hurting. This person was important and they can't just erase her. Like when you break up with someone and cut their faces out of every picture you have. You still know it's them, but you don't give them the satisfaction of being seen by you. If that makes sense.
Or maybe they're afraid to be haunted by the person they tried to cut out, physically and emotionally speaking.
I kind of doubt this girl's the host. These photos are old, older than anyone I know.
Well, don't forget your species isn't the only one out there.
What do you mean?
There are some species who live a long time, longer than stars even.
Katie Bell, you know those are just rumors.
They're not rumors, they're real. When I was a child, my mother told me stories about her friend who was older than the stars. No one else believed her, but that friend showed her proof. She believed her, and so do I. She had no reason to lie. I know you don't believe me, and that's okay. Maybe the host isn't like my mom's friend. But this is really weird.
I know it is.
It's just a mystery, wrapped in an enigma. Cradled in another mystery.
Let's just keep looking for more clues.
Welcome, one and all, to the games children play. I'm your host, Joe. Get ready for a night of horrific fun, folks. Tonight, we have 2 contestants, each one tragically young, but what can you do? That's just how the universe picks its victims. On our right, standing at 7 feet 6 inches, the man who saved space travel, Sawyer Green. And to our left, standing at a pitiful 4 feet 8 inches, the human who killed their own sister, Mars Code. Now, let's start off with something easy, shall we? Just a fun little game, something to shake off the nerves. Nothing to be scared of. Yet.
And what game would that be?
Why, truth or dare, of course. Now, I'm sure you two and everyone at home are all familiar with the rules, so let's just jump right in, shall we? Sawyer, truth or dare?
truth.
There it is. Sawyer, I dare you to drink this.
What is it, exactly?
Oh, it's just some water mixed with honey, of course.
Are you out of your mind? I'll die if I drink that.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. Your people are allergic to it, or specifically honey. But I thought you liked taking risks.
Certainly not when they directly involve my well-being.
I wish I could say I was surprised. Come on, Sawyer. Just a teensy little sip.
I'm not going to drink something that will poison me, if not kill me instantly.
Here, I'll water it down for you. It won't kill you, just cause you some pain. Nothing big. You may scream if it helps, huh? No? Okay then. Mars, why don't you drink some of this tea?
What's in it?
Oh, you know, some Scots pine leaves, spices, a dash of hemlock. Nothing major.
No.
Excuse me?
I'm not going to drink something that is guaranteed to kill me.
Fine then. But don't say I didn't warn you. You know, darling, I don't like your hair. How about we give you a more edgier look, huh?
Ow! What
Joe,
the hell
stop
are you
this.
doing? Ow! Stop!
Well, I'm no hairstylist, but I do think that looks much better, darling. You should keep it short. It works for you. Knock it off. You're stuck there till I'm done with you, so get used to it, Missy. Where was I? Right. Mars. Your turn. Truth or dare?
Truth.
What is your greatest life achievement?
Joining the army and saving lives?
Wrong! And as punishment for lying, I'll be holding Galatea underwater for 30 seconds.
Wait, how was that a lie?
Time for a dip, my dear. All right, Mars. Try again.
Okay, graduating medical school early with all honors then?
Wrong again! Stars, Mars, how can you live with yourself and all of these lies? How about we put Galatea underwater for a minute? This time.
No!
Joe, is this really necessary?
Of course it is. Who would I be if I didn't teach my playthings the rules of the game? There are always consequences to your actions. I mean, honestly, you poor things would be so lost without me.
We are people. Living and breathing beings. You can't just kidnap us and torture us like this.
Then why am I doing just that?
You can't do this forever.
Oh, darling, you seem to underestimate what I can and can't do. I have free range on this station. I know every corner and every secret passage. I even know which one of you guests is the host. The real host. What? That surprises you? Oh, don't be so thick. You must know I'm not going to tell you who it is. And even if I could, what fun would that be?
So it's not you, then?
I'm flattered, Sawyer, but no, I'm not the host. I'm more of the, how you say, wild card. A bit of spice and flair to make things interesting.
If by interesting you mean life-threatening, sure.
What can I say? The people like drama. If it involves life and death, of course they'll watch. Anyways, I suppose I should bring Galatea up now. She's been under there for quite a while, don't you think?
Yes, just let her up. Stop it. Just let her up.
Jesus Christ, is she okay? See, everyone, she's fine. She's breathing. I think. Now, Mars, last chance. What is the most important thing you have ever done?
Meeting my sister?
Ding, ding, ding! Dear viewers, we have ourselves a winner! It took them a few tries, but that right there is the truth. Now that that's over and done with, let's raise the stakes, shall we? Mars, I dare you to cut off Sawyer's finger.
No
Wait,
fucking way.
Oh, come on, Mars. Just cut off his finger. It's not like you'll be killing him or anything, though you don't seem to really have a problem with that. Here, I even brought my own knife for you to use.
Absolutely not. I'm not going to cut his finger off.
Ugh, why not? It's not like you two are friends or anything. You barely know each other.
Didn't you hear me? I said no.
Well, all right. Saying no is always a choice in situations like these, but I'm afraid it's not quite that simple. Galatea, darling, I am going to be honest with you. You look like you've been through hell, but you're not quite through yet. I've still got a few more dares lined up. I gotta keep the people at home entertained. Given your reputation, surely you sympathize with that. I mean, what do you think?
Eat yourself alive, you interstellar creep!
Ooh, touchy. Can't imagine why. Did you at home know that Galatea means white as milk? I sure as hell didn't. Speaking of which, you're looking a little pale there, Galatea. How about we bring some color back into your complexion, huh?
Wait, what are you doing with Galatea?
Come on, Sawyer. It's simple. I've got a knife. Galatea's hands are just sort of sitting there at the edge of the cage. Sweetheart, put 2 and 2 together. It's so tempting. I just don't think I can resist.
You're not going to.
Cut off her finger? Of course I am. Someone's going to lose a finger tonight, and Galatea is the lucky contestant. Or unlucky. Well, whatever. Just relax, my dear. This will only take but a moment.
Wait, no.
Why the hell would you do that?
You didn't fulfill the dare, Mars. So instead of Sawyer, Galatea lost a finger. I did say someone had to lose one, so someone did. There are always consequences. So like it or not, I always get my way.
Why do you keep punishing her? She has nothing to do with this.
Well, tough shit, Mars. Life isn't fair.
You want to lecture me about life? You spend your time being cruel to others and you make a sick game out of it. I'm a doctor. I save the innocent.
The innocent? Who always get trampled on? Do you mean the innocent who always get the short end of the straw? Yeah, because you of all people should know about that, eh? After all, you can't conduct those secret experiments of yours without killing a few innocents now, can you? How can you exterminate an entire race of creatures and call it saving the innocent? Explain that to me, doctor.
Mars? What are they talking about?
It's not important.
Seems pretty important to me, if you don't want to talk about it.
Let's just move on to the next round.
As you wish. Sawyer, my dear, it is your turn. Truth or dare?
truth.
Why don't you ever speak of your brother?
Which one?
The youngest. Oh, what was his name again? Oh, I remember. Kenny. You killed Kenny, you Kenny killer.
The Intergalactic Committee for Safe Space Travel circulated that rumor to discredit me. That was years ago. Anyone who bothered to do some research knows that Kenny ran away. We found his body a month later. No one knows how he died. He was just a kid, and it's not something I like to talk about.
He was just a kid, and it's not something I like to talk about. I still place money on you being the one who killed him. Though, you still seem to be in denial, so why don't we revisit this later? Continuing on the topic of siblings, Mars. It's your turn for truth. How come you and your sister sound so different? Like, you sound Scottish, and she obviously doesn't.
Really? That's your question?
What? I'm just curious. Not every question has to involve life and death. I mean, you need to lighten up. We're on a game show, for Pluto's sake. Tell me the story, and just for the fun of it, you can tell me how she died. Don't skip out on any details now. I want to know everything.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, too bad. If you don't, I'll cut off Galatea's hand. Is your silence worth that much?
Fine. We were 16. She showed up on my doorstep. Hello?
Oh my god. It's actually you.
Yeah, it's me, and you are? Oh, I'm sorry, but who are you?
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I should have started with introductions. Hello. I'm Phoenix Smith, and I'm your twin sister.
But I'm an only child.
I thought I was too. We were separated when we were only a year old. But from the look on your face, I guess your parents never told you.
I'm sorry, this is really sudden. I believe you. You don't seem completely out of it, but this is different. Can you actually prove we're related?
Here. Those are your adoption papers. I kind of, stole them. But only because I really wanted to find you. I swear I have good intentions.
I'm sorry, no. I'm not the only person on this planet called Mars. It was fairly popular the year I was born. You might have me mixed up with another Mars?
But there is no other Mars. It's just you. It has to be. Here, I went ahead and got a DNA kit. The good kind, not those cheap knockoffs going around. You can check for yourself. You can get as many as you like just to make sure.
Well, you seem awfully sure of yourself.
I've never been more sure of anything.
I can tell. Wow. I don't know what I was expecting when I got here, but it wasn't this. But I think I believe you. Yeah, now that I look at you, we do look an awful lot alike. You've got that same curved to your nose that I do. Stars, you do actually look a lot like me. Let's go out for coffee. I'll go grab my jacket and my wallet.
Actually, could we go inside? It's kind of cold out here.
Oh, okay. Come in.
Nice house you got here. You just live here by yourself?
Yep, it's just me.
Why don't you live with your parents?
I don't know. Just fell at a time, I guess. They moved to China a few months ago, and there's no point in me going to if I'm just going to come straight back here the moment I can.
Oh, cool. I think. Oh, here. I can go first. Your turn. it takes a minute to work.
I know. I wasn't born yesterday.
Look how similar we are. The kit says if the similarity is above 50% and below 99%, then that means we're fraternal twins. Mars, are you okay? Do you want to try again? I can run out and grab another one if you want.
I'll be right back. Hi, Dad. Yeah, no, I know you're busy, but this is important. It'll only take a minute. Dad, please, you know I wouldn't call if it wasn't... Yes, I know what you're working on, but Dad, this is serious. You know she doesn't want to talk to me. Why didn't you tell me I was adopted? That's a major detail to keep from your child, or rather adopted child. I know this because my fraternal twin sister is currently sitting in my living room. We took a DNA test. Yes, it's legit. But I want you to be honest and tell me, am I adopted? Dad, answer the damn question. No, I'm not going to talk to Mum about this. I called you because you always answer my questions. I guess that was a lie too. When were you going to tell me? You were waiting? For what? Dad, you know I love you, but I don't know how you thought you'd keep this a secret forever. Well, I wasn't expecting it to happen like this either. Unless you can prove I'm your biological child, I'm taking this woman at her word. She's at least telling the truth. Okay, fine. Goodbye.
Is everything okay?
It's not important. So, how did you find me?
Well, I was in Italy with a group of friends, and I figured that while I was there, I would try to find our mom. So I located the orphanage we were adopted from, but I couldn't find anything about our mom, which totally sucked, but I did find out about you. So obviously I wanted to meet you. So I had some friends help me find your location. And did you know how easy it is to find people through the internet? Like, social media and like that kind of stuff can reveal so much if you know the right people. Well, anyway, we tracked you down and I got on a plane and here I am. Ta-da!
She stayed with me for a month before returning home. She was a sweet girl, head in the clouds, but tried to ground herself. We talked almost every day. It wasn't until she came back to visit 3 months later that I found out she was sick. What's wrong?
I'm fine. Okay? I just need to...
Shit! Phoenix, what the fuck? Are you okay? What just happened?
I just need to sit here, Mars.
I need help. My sister just collapsed and I don't know what's wrong or what to do. Yes, we're at 17 Cowan Street in Glasgow, near Great Western Road. Okay, thank you. Be here soon. Welcome back, Starshine. You're not dead yet.
If I'm not dead, where am I?
I mean, was the heart monitor not a clue? And the IV in your arm? And the really gross colours of the walls?
I'm in a hospital? How did I get here?
You collapsed, so I called an ambulance.
Well, thank the stars you were there to help. Probably would have died if you weren't. You're the best kind of doctor there is.
Why didn't you tell me you were sick?
I didn't want to worry you. It's not like I'm going to get better or anything.
Don't say that. Medicine's advanced so far. There's a cure out there for this. I know there is.
Don't be stupid, Mars. There's no cure for this. There's no cure for Mortem Lexi.
Oh, shit.
I probably won't even make it to my 20th birthday. Don't you get it? I'm just bidding my time, waiting to die. I'm dying. I know it. I'm just not pretending anymore. I can feel every cell in my body getting ready to give up. I'm ready to join them. No doctor alive could help me at this point.
I can't accept that. I won't. I'm not going to give up on you. I'll be that doctor. I'll study my ass off in school and work until I found the cure. I've always had a gift for anatomy. I'm smart. I know I can do this. You're going to live, Phoenix.
You sure about that?
I'm not letting you die. That's for fucking sure. Not if I can do something about it, and I know I can.
Well, then that's good. I believe in you, Mars. So, go out and do good.
I got to work right away. When I wasn't spending time with Phoenix, I was working on studying medicine. I found myself enjoying this work and the research, picking up quickly and soon taking classes at a university nearby. As months turned into years, I became obsessed with finding a cure. Phoenix was becoming weaker and weaker as the months continued, and I knew time was running out. And then it ran out.
Come on, Mars. I have something to show you. Pick it up, slowpoke.
It's not another dust pile that looks like a dog, is it?
Okay, first of all, no. Second, trust me, it's way cuter.
Is it 2 dust piles that look like dogs?
Ugh. Shut up. Okay, quit asking questions and come on. Mars Cove, meet the cutest puppy ever.
Oh my god, she's so cute. Not made of dust.
Shut up. I told you to stop bringing that up. Okay? Yes, she's so cute. I mean, listen, I wanted to get you something to remember me by when I'm gone, and this little girl was just so excited to go on an adventure. So, of course, I had to get her.
I see we're both compulsive spenders.
It's okay. I mean, so long as she's in a good home, I think it's okay to spend a little money.
Yeah. Thank you. What's her name?
Well, she doesn't have one yet, but I was thinking Clementine.
Clementine. I like it. Oh god, okay, fuck. Okay, we've got to get you to the hospital. Yeah, we gotta get you to the hospital right now. Okay, where's my phone? I need to get my phone and shit.
Mars.
Okay, just sit down. You'll be fine, just sit down. I called an ambulance and we went to the hospital, but I knew it was now or never to try something. Stay with me, Phoenix, come on. You need to stay with me. The other doctors and I, we have something. It's not quite a cure, I promised you a cure, didn't I? It's risky. Nothing like this has ever been done before, and you might not.
I might not make it. I know. I know it. I'm dead anyway. Do you think it will work?
I do.
Then do it. But you have to promise me something. So swear that you'll do something for me.
Of course.
If I don't wake up in 30 days, then you need to let me die. Donate my body to research.
Phoenix, I can't.
That woman who came over last week, she helped me update my will. It's all in there, Mars. I know you can't stand it when people die. I can't either. Something else we've got in common. Hey, you know that show? That one show? That we watched with the robots on that ship and the taller one finally died? Remember how hard we cried?
I remember. I was so upset I stopped watching it. And you'd watch it and tell me what happened that week. Of all the characters the writers could have killed, why Bobby?
That's the thing. That's a part of life, Mars. You're a doctor. You, of all people, should know that. Doesn't make it easier, I know. And I know we haven't known each other for as long as I would have liked, but I'm glad to have met you. Your heart's in the right place, but you need to trust me.
Okay, I love you.
I believe in you, Mars. Oh dear, how tragic. Truly heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, soul-pounding, blah, 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 blah. So, you said you could cure her, then she died in her sleep. You pulled the plug instead of finding a cure and saving her like a knight in shining armor. Not important at all. Are you actually crying, Mars? Oh my stars, you are. Then it is important after all. She had a little more than a month left to live, and from the way she talked, she was ready to die. But you gave her a spark of hope. Hope that didn't exist. And you knew it was hopeless. Yet you were so desperate to save your sister, one you didn't even know you had, that you made her think. Maybe, just maybe, she wouldn't die from one of the worst pandemics in the history of your disease-ridden planet. You spent all that time looking for a cure, and for what? She died anyway. In your quest to find a cure for her, you never stopped to think about how she felt that entire time. What a waste of precious time.
I didn't waste my time. I found a cure. I've saved millions of lives. It wasn't for nothing.
No. You can save an entire galaxy, maybe an infinite number of galaxies with that cure. But what does a galaxy or more matter compared to her? to the one person who mattered the most, the one who needed you, who you couldn't save, compared to your sister. That shit haunts you. It eats at you forever. It never goes away. Anyways, time for another dare. Sawyer, I think it's your turn. It's dare time.
Oh joy, I can't wait.
Okay. I dare you to remove one of Galatea's eyes. Only one, Sawyer, okay? Let's not get a bit too hasty.
Well, that's uncalled for, don't you think?
If you don't, I'll kill everyone on the station. You have 20 seconds to decide.
Just do it, Sawyer.
What?
Galatea would do the same thing and you know it. So just do it.
It's an eye, Mars. It's not her hair or your reputation. Losing an eye isn't worth it.
Sawyer, you need to do this.
Tick tock, look at the time. Time to make up your mind. Tick tock, you gonna take an eye or you gonna take a life?
Fine. I'll do it.
And the man has made up his mind, folks, just like how he made space travel great again. Go on, Sawyer. Get it over with.
Galatea, I'm so sorry.
Imagine how I feel.
Don't think, just do it.
Well, that certainly was dramatic. Hopefully you won't miss your depth perception too bad.
Shit.
Green, you can put that in the jar right here. Yeah, it'll make an excellent addition to my collection. All right, Sawyer, it's truth time. You ready? No? Well, too bad. Why did the Rose Federation give you $6 billion last spring?
Excuse me?
And why did you accept the money?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, it's not like it's a secret. And even if it is, Truth or Dare is all about revealing secrets.
There's nothing to reveal.
Oh, wait. I know what the problem is. You won't answer me looking like this, will you? I can change, if that'd make it easier.
No, don't, please.
How about now?
Stop it.
Oh, come on. Isn't it easier to talk to someone more familiar? Don't you tell your husband everything? Just do that. I promise. I won't breathe a word of this to anyone.
You're a glorified lie. Ellery is light years away from this place.
Are you sure about that?
What?
Never mind. Probably doesn't matter anyways.
Phoenix.
What's the matter, Mars? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Don't do that. Change back now.
Aww, but this form comes so naturally. It's not my fault. You got your sister on the brain. Right there. Dab smack in the front.
What have you done? Tell me.
What makes you so sure I did something? You can't start accusing someone all willy-nilly like that, Sawyer.
You just kidnapped 3 strangers for the fun of it. You forced one of them to lose an eye, a finger, and all of their hair, just so that the other two would be pressured into admitting their darkest secrets so that you could entertain some faceless, amoral audience.
I mean, you're not wrong. If you want out, we could cut a deal. If you're so desperate, that is.
What kind of deal?
Sawyer.
You see that cage Galatea is in? It's not really a cage. It's a time manipulator. You saw earlier that it was useful for water interrogation. But beyond that, I can make whoever is in there suffer for years, while out here, it only lasts a few seconds. It's amazing what technology can do now. Can you believe this machine was only thought to be in science fiction just 100 years ago? Absolutely mind-blowing, right?
Get to the point.
Don't rush me, Sawyer. You're in my game, so you're playing by my rules. I'll tell you what I know, and in return, Galatea will live 6 months in complete isolation. Well, her mind will, anyways. So what do you say, Sawyer, darling? Do we have a deal?
Deal.
Don't.
Please don't do that again. Please.
Oh, you poor thing. Getting used to the light and noises again. After 6 months of complete silence, I bet even the slightest noise is like a thunderstorm! Not to mention the darkness you lived in. These dim lights are a bit much, aren't they? Here, let me brighten things up for you.
You've had your fun, Joe. Now just tell me where my husband and child are.
Hate to break it to you, darling, but I am afraid I don't know where they are. All I know is they left your home shortly after you did and haven't returned since.
You said you would tell me where they are.
No, I didn't, Sawyer.
Yes, you did.
I said I would tell you what I know, and I have. Anyway, I'm bored of this. This part of the game was supposed to be over by now, but you're prolonging it. You still haven't told me why you accepted all that money. Answer truthfully, or I'll give Galatea a year of isolation.
That's not necessary, I'll tell you. I needed funding for a project I'm working on. It's ambitious, but it could change the universe. No one would fund it, though, so I had to compromise a few of my ethics to get the money. I'm not proud of what I've done, but if everything goes according to plan, it won't be for nothing. It will end up all right.
Ooh, Sawyer, darling, you gave into that way too easily. Whatever, I'm bored of you. Mars, I have another dare for you. I'm going to let Galatea out of her cage. I dare you to fight her to the death. Laugh all you like, sweetheart, but don't forget, you and Sawyer were the ones who brought all those terrible punishments on her. She's none too happy to lose, what is it at this point? A finger and all of her hair. And let's not forget about the isolation in her left eye. If I were her, I'd be ready to tear you apart limb from limb. It's only fair. After all, she's lost. Galatea, sick 'em! No! What the?
You sly little bitch.
Who knows? Who knows, but they're long gone by now.
I'm going to kill that thing. Just look what it did to my hair.
Of course, your fingers and eye notwithstanding.
I'm just glad that you're okay now.
Really? Really? I'm okay now? Are you sure about that? You know what? That creature was right. I wouldn't be in all this pain if it weren't for you two. The only reason I didn't outright kill you was because I'd like to make it out of here alive.
We didn't want to hurt you.
Shut up! I don't fucking care right now. I don't care. I have one eye, 8 fingers, and a butchered scalp, all because you two made awful life decisions. I know you didn't want to do it, but you did, and I'm the one dealing with the consequences. Since murdering you two wouldn't really make me feel better, I have another idea. I'm going to make that thing bleed until I see the life disappear from its eyes.
Tala, this is the 10th door I've gone through. Are you sure you know where I'm going?
I do. Or, well, I thought I did. I thought... Error, cannot compute. Stars. I'm sorry, Waverly, I keep getting this wrong. I don't know what's wrong. There's something wrong and I can't diagnose it. I have to reboot. System rebooting.
Mother of stars, why do I get stuck with the unreliable navigator? No, Waverly. I swear this door is the right one. I always get this one mixed up with the door to the pool. But trust me, this is the correct one. Wait, no, it's just the next one. Whoops! Let's just see if she got it right this time. Ah! Who are you?
We'll talk later, darling. Right now, gotta run. Ta-ta!
Where did she go? Where did she go?
Left.
How is she so fast?
Long legs in the heart of a horse. Also, years of modeling probably helped her stay in shape.
What happened to you guys?
Oh, you know, we just got kidnapped and Galatea lost a few important body parts.
The usual.
I'm sorry, Galatea lost what?
You guys are never going to believe what we found.
You won't believe what happened to us.
But that point, tell us everything you know.
Dining in the Void is a production of Zebulon Podcasts. The show was written and directed by Nicole Birdie. The script was edited by Arizona Johnson, Bio, Ari, and Rhea. The role of Aveline Lyon was played by Ari. The role of Galatea Ivory was played by Molly Alex. The role of Waverly Black was played by Molly Ray. The role of Katie Bell Silver was played by Bio. The role of Mars Cobe was played by Emmett Moon. The role of Sawyer Green was played by Dylan. The role of Tala was played by Arizona Johnson. The roles of Joe and Phoenix were played by Rhea. The role of Ellery was played by Cedric Reeve, and the role of R was played by Piper. Music was composed by Benny James. The sound was edited by Nicole Birdie. All sound effects come from freesound.org. Follow us at zebulonpodcast.tumblr.com for updates and future projects, and follow our Twitter at Dining in the Void to be informed when new episodes go live. Thank you for listening.
Well, that's the end of the episode.
Hello.
Hello. You guys still with me?
Yep.
Wow, I cannot believe that we finished episode 3.
Oh, yes, I'm still with you.
Cool. Hello. Emma, are you listening through the stream or are you listening to actual Discord now?
I think you might be cutting out a wee bit there.
Hey, honey.
Yeah.
I'm cutting out.
I hear you loud and clear.
Well, apparently...
Yeah, I'm good on my end.
I'm apparently coming through loud and clear on this stream.
Yeah, I can hear you, Emmett.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, for those who are listening. We were trying to get our stream working again. So if you guys, Emmett's gonna be right back, but if you guys have any questions, you are now free to ask in our live stream chat, which is on our Discord. Again, for those who might just be watching on YouTube, it's in the lower right-hand corner. But yeah, what'd you guys think of episode 3? I don't know if you guys can hear me. I don't think anyone.
Oh, is the question also to us?
Oh yeah, to you as well.
Oh,
because you're the one talking with us. Well, Emmett is trying to reconnect.
Well, it was a weird blast from the past because I haven't listened to Dining in the Void in a couple of months, so it was wild hearing me.
Yeah, man, I bet. I listened to myself from last week. I'm like, no. Iron Horse on the Discord channel just goes torture, and honestly, yeah, that's a good description of the episode. This episode is honestly one of my favorites, which we'll talk more about that when Emmett comes back, if Emmett can come back. But this episode is a lot of fun to write, it's a lot of fun to put together. It was a bitch to put together.
Yeah. 55 minutes?
Yeah.
A lot.
While we're waiting for Emmett, we can go with the questions that I had just for you, if you would like. I have backup questions.
Yeah, sure.
So until anyone asks questions in the Discord, I'm just gonna go ahead and ask some backup questions I wrote down. So why'd you decide to work for Dining in the Void? What brought you to wanting to act on it?
Actually, this is my first podcast that I've ever voice acted for.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, and so I never knew about the voice acting part of the whole podcast community. I only listened to podcasts, so I didn't know that I could be able to do that. And so I was scrolling through, I think it was Tumblr, and I came across your audition form, and I was like, this is a cool story. I need to be involved. I'm gonna just try out every single character that would fit me.
Yeah.
And hope for the best.
I'm so glad you auditioned. It was a lot of fun.
It was.
I remember when I was going through the auditions, we had casted for all the other roles, and I was like, man, I really still want to work with Rhea, because even though they didn't fit these roles I had specifically, but I still want to use them. And then that's how Joe came to be. And at first Joe was supposed to be this helpful character that they find scuttling around, who gives them advice and stuff, and then Joe picked up a knife and was like, no, I'm gonna take it from here. I'm like, all right. You guys, are you still hearing me? It looks like I'm having some connection issues. This is a great stream day, guys. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, my thing was connecting really weird to Discord. But right now Emmett is still having some issues, so we'll keep waiting on Emmett. So, Rhea, my darling, what was your favorite part about playing Joe?
My favorite part? Oh. Honestly, it's just the unhingedness.
Yeah.
That's ultimately my favorite thing. I just get to be unhinged. I get to solely different than who I actually am.
Mm-hmm.
Like, such a complete opposite on a very extreme level, and I loved it. It was very fun.
I'm glad. What was your favorite part about playing Phoenix then? Because, like, Joe and Phoenix are so different.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They're, like, complete opposites of each other.
How do you play that difference and stuff?
I tried to envision Phoenix in a more, like, positive light, and I hope that I could try to portray that with how I acted.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, she's very bubbly, she's kind of shy, she's very awkward and very open to other people. You know, she puts people before herself, kind of thing.
Yeah. I love when she first, like, meets Mars. Before she even introduces herself, before she even, like, does anything, she just wraps her arms around Mars. It's just, like, a big hug, and Mars just like, the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Why is this stranger hugging me? And Phoenix is just big ol' hard eyes. Sorry, we're still trying to help Emmett out. If you guys have any questions, okay. Good question. If anyone has any questions, you are allowed to ask it. Please ask us questions.
The more, the better.
Exactly. I know, it's kind of this is kind of a weird stream, which is unfortunate, because, like, this is one of my favorite episodes, but there's a lot of connection issues today. Going back to the questions I had written down, which character, like, between Joe and Phoenix do you, like, enjoy playing more?
Honestly, it's Joe.
Yeah.
It's Joe.
Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, Joe is so much fun to write. And I can't wait for, like, season 2. If anyone's listened to the bonus episodes yet, you've heard of Cassie already. Cassie is this new character who we introduced last week. Cassie's absolutely, like, batshit crazy, and it's really fun seeing the difference between, like, two characters who are just so unhinged but in, like, so different ways, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing that play out.
Mm-hmm. I want to see them together.
Yeah. See how like they compare and contrast in the way they act and, like, their values, I guess you could say, like.
They have different values. They're both, like, chaotic, but they have different, like, morals and stuff. Emmett, are you back, Emmett?
Hey, I'm back. I am so sorry.
Hell
My
yeah.
laptop and Discord just completely died.
Today,
It's all right.
Today is one of those days with technology.
Yeah. It's does not like us today.
Listen, from,
I'm
like,
happy you're just back.
From the stream not working, to the mics not working, to the computers not working, to Discord not working. Listen.
I don't even know what was wrong with it. But it's fine now.
Going with our questions, because we're just going with the backup questions I had written, because we're just, you know, waiting for questions. So we were talking about Joe and Cassie, because if have you guys heard the new bonus episode yet?
I started it.
95% of it. And then I got work and stuff happened, but it's very good and I do enjoy Cassie a lot.
You're so valid, dude. So we were talking about like how both Joe and Cassie are like so chaotic, and it's like different kind of chaos, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like Joe's just in it for the laughs.
And Cassie's
For the
in
shits
it
and giggles.
for revenge and boredom and all these other things, and Joe's just like, yeah, I'm just here because I find it fun.
Joe is here to cause problems on purpose.
Cassie is here to fix problems in a very roundabout way, while Joe's just here to cause problems.
Would it be accurate to say that Joe is chaotic neutral and Cassie is lawful evil?
I'd go as far as to say they're both chaotic neutral, but leaning one's like Joe's leaning chaotic evil, Cassie's like leaning chaotic neutral, you know? That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know. It'd be interesting to put all the characters into an alignment chart.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
God, I think Mars would need to be neutral evil.
Oh, absolutely.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Either neutral evil or even just true neutral, because, like, they have good intentions. Their morals are fucked up.
Yeah. What they think they're doing good, they are not doing good, and I enjoy that about them. They're very complicated as an individual, and they're...
It's very interesting because you see them in episode 3 after they've done this thing. Like, we've talked about now in the episodes how Joe has killed an entire race of people, which is like casual genocide. And it's kind of like, even though Sawyer's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's not even like, I don't know, it's not really the biggest surprise, you know? But you see Mars before then, and it's like, this is a 16-year-old kid. This kid can't do shit, or can do shit, but it's not gonna do shit like that, you know.
At that point.
So why do you think they've gone like changed this much, like from the flashback to like who they are today? Why did they do all that?
I think they had the possibility of family that actually cared about them and genuinely loved them like Phoenix did, and then that went away, and I'm assuming the dog is not with them. And they just kind of
we talked about the dog, remember?
Yes, I meant like on the spaceship and stuff.
Yeah.
And like for a bit, like they're just like they're not doing good, and even with a dog, they're still not doing good.
But like, even what do you think caused them to like go as far as to like or more, I guess what I'm thinking is like after Phoenix's death, it probably like affect like everything they did, right?
Yeah, because like their entire career path and life at this point has been on trying to save Phoenix.
Yeah.
And they haven't been able to. And I think that just kind of has ruined everything about their life in a way.
Like, Mars is a smart kid. By the time Phoenix, like, Phoenix actually dies, it's been about 3 years later. Almost 4 years. Phoenix was like, they were like 2 months from turning 20. So like when Phoenix said, "Oh, I'm never gonna make it to 20," she was close, but she didn't.
Hardest part.
I know. And so Mars, like, in that time period was smart enough to like go to school for this medicine and to study medicine in the body and stuff, and even like helped develop this potential cure, or at least something to prolong Phoenix's life. But like, Mars is smart, so like it's not really a surprise that they go like even farther with the science, because they're like, well, I've already done so much, this is what I'm good at, might as well continue it.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think really a lot of their ambitions is just in the pursuit of science and seeing how far they can push things.
Mm-hmm.
Their only intentions is science.
Yeah. And you hear in episode 1, they're kind of cocky about it, I feel like. When Waverly's like, oh, so you work for Earth's military, which, like, fair. Mars is pretty well-known scientist probably at that point, especially after, you know, committing genocide. And Mars was... and Mars was like, oh, well, you know, I couldn't tell you even if I was. And it's like, but we all know you are.
Yeah.
So we have a question from Nick on our live stream chat. How long is a process from writing the episode to posting it? I think it depends on the episode, and it depends on the season. Like with season 1, we were trying to do it every 2 weeks, and that was just chaos. Now it depends on, like, if we're writing an episode, like, we're taking more time to write it right, we're taking more time to edit it right. Acting-wise, usually we give the actors about 2 weeks to record. We schedule a read-through, and then we record it, and then send it off to the editors, and sometimes we get retakes if we need it. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we sometimes do table reads as well.
Mm-hmm. Which season 2, we're trying to do it more. Right now with season 2, we're just waiting for episode 6 to be finished written. And then hopefully, like, in the next week or so, we're going to be, like, scheduling another table read. Which generally we'll do 2 table reads, possibly 3, depends on where everyone is, because we have people all over the world.
Yeah, because I'm kind of, there's like me and a couple other people, and we're always the like awkward ones of like, that's 3 a.m. I can't.
Because like a good majority of us live in the United States, but you have like Emmett's in Scotland, and like I was saying in the chat, we had an actor in season 1 who was in the Middle East, and then in the new season we have a bunch of people who are from like Australia, and so we have people all over the world, which is generally why we do multiple table reads for different parts of where people are, especially because it's all remote, so everyone has their own lives outside of coming in and recording, you know?
Yeah, which it does add like factors and stuff, but usually put up like a poll and stuff of see when people are available.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really good way of doing it as well.
It's come a lot handy. And actually leads me into the next question that Nick asked. What is the hardest part of recording remotely? And that's for you too.
I do all my recording remotely, so I don't really have much to compare it to, I guess.
So then in general, it's a difficult part of recording, I guess.
Yeah. Not sometimes not having the person opposite you. Which has led to some funny things, like Dylan mispronouncing Mars's last name, or me pronouncing it one way and everyone else pronouncing it a different way, and it leading to a whole thing. But I would say that's kind of like one of the trickier things, is like having to kind of guess how other people are going to act to your lines and then all of that.
What about you, Rhea?
I guess the difficult part of recording is just because the thing is, I'm a bit of perfectionist, so I do my takes over and over and over again if I don't like it. And sometimes I would forget that I'm supposed to do like a pause and then record instead of stop. and 4, 5, 6 lines prior to that. And so that's how my system kind of is at the moment. I'm trying to upgrade since I'm not doing much during quarantine, but that's for me the most difficult part of recording.
It'd be interesting if we could start, like, because with season 2 it's more smaller groups. Like Emmett was saying last week, we were looking at who was recording, and then we realized, oh wait, I don't record in episode 4.
I just was like gonna record it, and then I looked through the entire script and I was like, I'm not even in this one. Never mind.
But I was saying, as it's getting into, like, we're having smaller groups focusing more on one-on-one conversations, focusing more on the characters themselves developing, I think it would be interesting if we could try and figure out how to do the small recordings, maybe over Discord or something. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
I'm gonna make myself a note right here. Note to self, gonna ask Cast about that. Hold on. While I'm doing that, Iron Horse has asked a question on our Discord. What would happen if one of the actors has gotten sick?
That's to have happened at some point. Statistically, it must have.
Oh, absolutely. How do you guys handle, like, if you guys get sick and you have a deadline coming up?
I just apologize profusely, and I'll either record and it'll be bad, or I'll record and it'll sound even better than my normal recordings, or I'll just, like, I think on a couple occasions on another podcast, I, like, fully lost my voice for, like, 2 weeks.
Oh, no.
And I did have a deadline, and I was like, look, I can't. I'll send you a clip of what I sound like right now. You don't want this.
I feel like that might have been Dining in the Void. I'm not sure, though.
It might have. I don't remember either.
In the Void.
I think it might have been. I think I was just like, look, this isn't going to happen. I sound terrible. I can't speak. I'll have it to you as soon as this isn't happening. But
and Rhea, what has happened to you if you got sick?
Honestly, I just chug a glass of orange juice, or like those vitamin C powder packets that you put into water. I chug that and isolate myself from other people and hope and pray. If not, then I actually strain myself to like what I'm supposed to sound for the character.
yeah, I think I tend to do something similar if it really needs to be done and I'm vaguely close to being able to do it.
I think generally with how I like deal with it, if one of my actors is sick, is I'll just be like, hey, no, feel better. And I'm always just like, hey, take care of yourself and we'll figure out a deadline that'll come later. Because how I've always felt it is like mental health, physical health, that always comes first, you know? Taking care of ourselves is what's important. So as a like director and a creator standpoint, I always tried to be like, you know, yeah, no, of course, go take care of yourself. I'm not going to be like, oh, no, you're not allowed to be sick. Not allowed.
Fire instantly. I'm coming to your house.
Kick down the door, you're not allowed to be sick. And it's like, oh, thanks, I'm better now.
By the time it took you to get here, I probably would be.
So we have another question from Omen Podcast. Remote recording solo versus live direction. So we haven't really done any live recordings together. No, it's not, or sorry. I misread something. But we haven't really done any like group recordings yet. But we always try and do table reads, not so much in season 1. The first episodes of season 1, we were doing a lot of table reads, and then just life got too chaotic, and so it was kind of more beneficial for just everyone to record when they could, and then I listen to it and then tell them what lines need to be retaken or whatever. With season 2, we're doing those live table reads though for every episode. So what has been the difference for you guys? Like, I guess take away the recording part, like acting with everyone versus actually recording by yourself.
Like the energy that comes from like the table reads and stuff is like the only one I fully like completely remember is this episode because like all of us at like the Mars Phoenix scene were just fully crying. And I can't remember who it was that walked in.
It was Ari.
It was Ari, and who was like, what happened?
What the fuck did you do?
Because we were all just like, oh my god, this was so sad. And just like so yeah, I would definitely say the energy in live table reads is a lot I find it a lot more fun personally. But I also enjoy doing it myself so that when I fuck up a line, no one else notices other than the editors.
Very true. I completely agree.
It's like, yes, same hat.
It's contained to some people knowing I made a fool of myself versus everyone in the table read.
I definitely enjoy the table reads a lot more than like recording by myself. Which I think will be interesting if we can actually start recording as a group. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because I love when, like, everyone's feeding off of each other. Which always goes into, like, sometimes it is better to record by yourself, but we could also do it in a way that, like, we record as a group, and then we listen through, and if we decide, hey, this take it isn't actually that good, then you record by yourself, you know?
Yeah.
I think that could be an interesting way to handle it. It's so much fun getting together with everyone, though.
It is. It does just lead to a lot of just shenanigans, though.
So many jokes and laughter. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Moving on to our next question from Nick. Do you have any vocal warm-ups you do before recording?
So many.
Yeah. Like what? Share with the class. Also, guys, this is your water reminder to drink water because I just remembered water's important.
Yes. Drink water.
Oh, yes.
Mostly I tend to just make noises and also sing along to music for like maybe 10-15 minutes before I know I'm going to have to record, just to like not sound like I've just woken up. So that tends to be what I do, but I tend to do it for like maybe 10-15 minutes before I actually need to record, which I think works quite well. But I don't have any like yellow lorry, red lorry ones because those drive me insane.
What about you, Rhea? Do you do anything?
Honestly, I'm such an amateur. I do what I remember from High School Musical with Sharpay. You know, the ma, and I just do that, and then I'm ready to go.
Love that. That's incredible.
See, the smart thing for me to do would be to start doing that, because I just started voice acting recently. I don't do shit. I just fucking go for it. Some days I'm just like, I have not spoken at all today. All right, let's go through this a bunch of times. Sometimes I'll just end up, like, if my girlfriend wasn't with me and I was at home alone, I'd just start calling my girlfriend and be like, hey, we're gonna talk. But generally I just kind of go for it.
Which I don't think there's any wrong way to do it. Like, it's entirely personal preference and stuff.
Just don't
drink water. Don't drink milk. Don't eat chocolate.
I had ice cream earlier, and as I was eating the ice cream, I was like, this is probably not the smartest idea. I'm gonna eat it anyways.
Yeah, sometimes it's fine, but like, chocolate, cheese, and milk are the worst things for your voice.
Which are like my favorite things to eat.
I know, mine too.
So we have another question from Owen Podcast. They say, also, this may be a dumb question, which it's not, but does Dining in the Void share a universe with any other show? Yeah, we do. We actually talked about it a little bit last week, if you remember, Emmett.
Yes, I do.
Dining in the Void canonly takes place in the same show as...
Wait, let me guess what they are. See if I can actually remember what they are from last week.
It's 3 different shows. It is all canon. It's gonna be actually like written into canon into season 2 and 3. But like I've talked with the creators of the show and be like, hey, what do you think? And they're like, yeah, let's go for it.
So I'm fairly sure it's Inkwurm. Is it Project Ozma?
Yeah.
And is it Novitero?
Yeah.
Woo! I remembered something.
Yay. So the show Dining in the Void, yeah, it is really cool. Dining in the Void takes place in 3018, which is because I was writing it in 2018 and I wanted it to be in the future. Which happens to be the same time that Inkwurm is taking place. So it's kind of like, at some point Galatea is going to mention, like, oh, I was once, like, a model in Inkwurm and stuff like that. So that's kind of, like, it's not going to come big into play, but, like, Inkwurm is definitely in the same universe at the same time, just different parts of the galaxy. And then Project
Ozma is 2018-ish?
I feel like it's more, Project Ozma's more 2020, 21-ish.
Yeah.
And Novitero is like 3 to 5 years later.
Yeah.
Which Lenny, who is also known as Starlene Ray, who is also used to be Molly Ray, who plays Waverly Black. We've gone into detail about it, talking about how the whole Project Ozma comes into play with, like, the family, because the family's been around that long and stuff. And so once we actually meet the family members, they're probably gonna mention something about, like, that universe. And a lot of the actors actually play between both podcasts because we're all in the same circle of actors. So we found a way for some of the actors and their voices and their characters in, like, Ozma to, like, come over into this universe and this story.
Love that for us.
Which, you guys, I wish I could talk about, like, which characters, but that's just gonna have to be something they wait and find out.
We'll do more live streams in season 2.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine.
Oh, yes.
We'll get there eventually.
We'll get there eventually. Owen Podcast also asks, and I have to know everyone's favorite movies and shows. Smiley face. I'll let you guys start.
That's a hell of a question. I like all Studio Ghibli films, if I'm honest. Those are just...
Yes!
They're so good.
I've just started watching them for the first time, and they're so good.
Oh, they're so
Which
good. My
one
favorite.
did you watch?
My girlfriend and I watched Howl's Moving Castle a few months ago.
Yes.
And then probably about a year ago, my writing server, we all watched Spirited Away.
Yeah.
And I've also seen Kiki's.
That one's so cute.
Yeah.
I love that one so much. It's so sweet.
What about you, Rhea? What are some things you like to watch?
Well, actually, I think I cut off Emmett. Were you gonna say something?
No, I was just gonna say Howl's Moving Castle is the first Ghibli film I ever saw, and, like, it's one of my favorite books, and it explains so much about who I am as a person. That was all I was gonna say. So carry on.
That's really cool. I want to read the book, but I don't know. Is it, like, very different from the movie, or?
It is and it isn't. It has similar overarching plots, and most of the characters are the same, and it has, like, the same vibes. The only main difference is that Howl is just a dude from Wales who ended up in this magical world, which is my favorite thing. And it features a lot more of Wales There's a couple other wee things, but nothing like majorly different. I would highly recommend it. There's actually 3 books in the series,
I didn't
and
know
they're
there
so
were
good.
books. Now I want to read them.
They're by Diane Winnie Jones, and my childhood. But
I'm very, very intrigued.
I would highly recommend them. But I did read them like good few years ago, so I don't know if they hold up in this day and age. But they do hold a special place in my heart, and I'm unfortunately way too similar to Owl, but
See, it just means you're big ol' softy on the inside.
yes, and incredibly flamboyant.
It's very true. One of my favorite shows is Doctor Who, which is not really a surprise to anyone, but I adore Doctor Who. Which actually came into play when I created Dining in the Void. Specifically the Sirius station. So the scene in this episode, actually in episode 3, where Waverly is lost in the hallways and stuff and falls into the pool and stuff like that. That was kind of inspired by like the TARDIS and the TARDIS and the one, I think it was a short that they did with Clara Oswald, when she was walking around the TARDIS trying to figure out where the fuck everything is. And she saw like the pool in the library and the other short where she met like multiple versions of herself. I just always love how big and complex the TARDIS is, and I was like, yes, this is what the Sirius station is.
I like how often in the show they just all get completely lost. Like our show, not Doctor Who, but also Doctor Who. It's just like, where the fuck are we?
Which is why in like Dining in the Void, everyone has to have a map, and they're like, where are we? What is going on?
Yeah.
I was actually listening to the Q&A recently, because I've been re-listening to all the interim episodes, because those are something we're not going to do live streams for right now. Probably on Patreon we will. But with those, in the Q&A, I had talked about how the Sirius station is big enough that it could, like, easily fit, like, a couple thousand people comfortably. And that means, like, each person getting their own room, and there being, like, meal halls, dance halls, whatever.
That's a lot of people.
The ship was made for, like, extravagant, like, things. Like, it was made to hold big people. Which is why it's really odd in Dining in the Void that there's so few people on the ship. There's only, like, the 6 of them. So it's like when you realize how big this, like when they're walking around, it's like, God, why is it so confusing? Why is it so big? It's like, well, it's that big because there's supposed to be more people there. There's actually supposed to be a staff there. There's supposed to be order to the thing. But this is just, the ship has been used for a different purpose for a really long time now.
Instead, it's a labyrinth full of murder.
Exactly. Thank you. Which is also why it was so easy for Joe to, like, disappear from Tallah's sensors, because not only did the host, like, manipulate Tallah's sensors and stuff, but, like, there's so many places for Joe to hide, you know?
And also, Joe has spent the entire, like, while everyone was fucking around trying to figure out what was going on, Joe was, like, figuring things out and, like, getting shit done.
Joe's like scuttling across the air ducts, like setting traps and stuff. Joe
like a little spider.
Joe single-handedly put the whole game show room together. Joe's like, yes, this is my calling.
I have always pictured it being an actual game show, like with the whole roulette, like the spinning wheel thing and like lights and stuff.
I have like this whole image in my head. There's actually like, it's like the room is a big circle. So in like half the room, the like I guess let's say the top half of the circle, there's a bunch of seats. It's kind of like bleachers or a theater. So there's a bunch of seats for a crowd and stuff. Obviously, there's no one there. Joe's just using recordings because Joe is this little shit like that. But it was made to hold, like, an audience and stuff. And then on the lower half of the circle of the room, there's, like, this platform. There's a bunch of platforms and stuff, which is where they all are. And in the middle of the room is this giant pool. With, again, there's a lot of platforms and stuff that they can walk on. And so Galatea's, like, strung up in a cage over the middle of the pool and there's, like, a one platform that's really tall up so they, like, bring her up and down with the chains. So yeah, there's an actual game show room. And there's, like, a bunch of lights and sound effects and, like, there's signs that say applause and stuff like that.
Love that for them.
I like the picture that Joe was just like, to the host, was like, this is what I want to do. And the host was like, yeah, go for it, buddy.
I love Joe so much. They're one of my favorite characters.
Mm-hmm. Freya's over here like, oh yes, thank you. So who, I know Emmett and I last time were talking about our favorite characters and stuff. Rhea, who is your favorite character in this show?
In the whole show?
In the whole show.
I have to say, I think Waverly.
Yeah.
I think Waverly. She's just somebody that I think I could vibe with.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every time I hear her and I just, like, hear how her personality is, I'm just like, you know what? You're the one I choose. I like you.
Another question would be, if you could play, like, any other character besides Joe, who would you play? And why would you play them?
Honestly, I think Kitty Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's really fun. And then, like, her whole backstory is, like, absolutely wicked. And I would just, oh my god.
Well, we can't get into spoilers about that, because they're kind of playing into, like, whoever's listening on the live stream has probably already listened, but we should probably not talk about it just in case, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
It is good, though.
I love, Katie Bell's backstory. Right now, Nico is editing the episode where Katie Bell and Waverly are talking about their backstories and stuff, and it's so good. Lindsay made me cry. Lindsay is going to be playing Katie Bell in the second season. That's not a spoiler. That's already been announced. How do you think their arcs are going to continue, Mars and Joe's Phoenix? Where do you see the arcs continuing into the next season?
I don't even know. I don't remember what happens to either of them at the end of season 1, if I'm honest.
Oh, okay. So
it's been so long since I actually listened to season 1.
Alright, so if anyone here is listening has not listened to the end, just mild spoilers coming up. In the end of episode 12, everyone has gone to the heart of the ship.
Yes. I do remember that, but I don't remember if Joe was there.
Yes, everyone's there.
Okay.
Joe is there. Mars and Aveline were talking about walking in on each other's shoulders. Because they're both
short kings.
They're so short. And so they've all entered the room, and Waverly has the gun, and Waverly...
And things happen.
Things happen. And it's left on that cliffhanger.
Yeah. I fully couldn't remember if Joe was there. I know I was there because I recorded that. But...
but yes, Joe is there. Joe is the one who is taunting all of them.
Yes.
As Joe does.
As Joe always does, and we love them for it.
So remembering that now, what do you think is going to happen to their arcs? How do you see them growing in the future?
Oh.
Or how would you like to see them grow?
Oh, for me, I want more. I want to know more about Joe.
Yeah.
But in, I don't know, like not in a sympathetic kind of way. Like, honestly, Joe is, I think, past the point that even if you do get their whole backstory and stuff, there's no sense of redemption for them. I mean, that's just for me. And like the main reason why I think that would be really cool is because most of the time I just want to see a villain that just isn't redeemable, even if you know everything about them.
Which is funny you say that, because writers and I, and like us who have been making the show, have talked about like the host in that sense also. Like, does the host get a redeemable arc? And
does anyone in the entire show get a redeemable
arc? Does anyone get a redeemable arc? Because let's be real here.
I think that's like my favorite part of the whole series, because it's just like these people have done things, and we have to ask ourselves, like, can they be redeemed even if they have their own reasons for it?
Which I like that you say that, because that's one of the reasons I made this show, was to talk about how those gray areas of people, you know?
And it does it very well.
Listen, no one's all good, no one's all bad. There are very few people in this world who are actually truly evil, I think.
Yeah.
I think true evil is honestly pretty tough to come by. Because even if someone makes a choice in your eyes that is absolutely horrible, there's always another side to the story.
Yeah.
Which is like,
there is definitely... I was just going to say there is definitely some true evil.
Oh, absolutely. There is some true evil, but I don't think it's as black and white as like when we were kids and stuff. No, you grow up learning the world is black and white, and then like as you enter adulthood, which is when I started the show, is when I was graduating high school. You start to learn that like, oh, it's not actually black and white. There's actually a lot of gray area. But Emmett, where do you see Mars' story going forward?
I fully don't know. From the episodes we have so far in season 2, it's good. I like the way it's going. I would like for them to just go ape shit at some point. That would be fun. But also for them to actually like have feelings.
What kind
because,
of
like,
feelings other than
rage and annoyance? Well, I think actually having friends, even if it's the like Mars Sawyer type friendship where they're just like constantly bullying each other, for lack of a better word, and like that kind of thing.
So more of those one-on-one connections with people.
Yeah. Which I think they do have with like Sawyer and G, even though G is a child. Which is very funny to me that one of Mars's closest current relationships is with his sort of friends, sort of enemies, just child who's on a space station and he just has to basically be a babysitter sometimes. It's very good. It makes me laugh every single time.
I love Mars and G together.
It's so good because it's just immovable force versus immovable object with no brain cells.
I mean, let's be honest. Does anyone on the show actually have any brain cells?
I want to say Waverly does.
Waverly holds all the brain cells, and they're all very anxious.
Yeah. Tala, I think, has half a brain cell sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the host has brain cells.
They're evil brain cells.
They're evil brain cells, so they don't count. I want to see more of Joe and Mars interacting.
Yeah, that it's always very fun because they're just their energies together are very good.
It's also could be very dangerous if you think about it. Like,
oh yeah,
here is this mad scientist basically who is committed genocide, who is still full of grief all these years later, who just doesn't want to be there and just wants to be left alone. And then there's this chaotic creature who is here for a bunch of laughs, but only in a sadistic way, and has taken the form of Mars's like favorite person in the entire world and is like taunting them with it. It's I'm trying to think of the right description for it. It's a very
It's gonna be a fun time.
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready for them to have a showdown at some point.
Yeah, I do feel though that if the current situation wasn't happening, they would be very good brunch friends where they just talk shit about other people.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Now I need that in an AU where Mars and Joe just go have brunch together.
I mean, it could just be a mini episode. Just they
like
find a
what
brunch.
if?
Yeah, they just find a brunch place on the station. They're just like, let's just bitch about everyone else with each other, and let's not try and kill each other for at least an hour.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That would be so fun.
I love the show and I love these characters so much. I'm so excited to see where the show goes moving forward, where the characters go moving forward, because like even though season 2 is all drafted out, and even though I know where the show is ultimately going, there's still a lot going to happen in between those 2 points, you know?
Yeah.
Because like the current plan right now is to have 3 seasons, but it could end up being like a long season 3 or split into 4 seasons. It depends on like where we go with the story. But season 2 definitely has like a lot more growth for at least the main characters. We're getting to see like where they came from, who they are, have them calm down a little bit before being thrown into more batshit crazy stuff. Yeah. I feel like I would like to see Mars have like a love life, have something happen.
So would I, but I don't know how we would accomplish that. Yeah.
See, okay, but like when season 1 was being drafted out and stuff and like written, we were kind of like talking about having Mars and Galatea end up together. That was one of the options we were going for. Which like it could still happen. I don't generally try and force relationships. All the relationships have, besides Ellery and Sawyer, all the relationships have naturally just occurred and happened.
Yeah.
But like you see in one of the upcoming episodes is like, Mars is like, well, I'm pansexual, so like if we weren't stuck on this station, like I'd be interested. But like we're in a life or death situation right now, so you can't.
Maybe not now.
Not now, but it'd be interesting to see if anything happened from that, because, like, Galatea is poly and stuff, you know?
Yeah. I'm definitely up for Mars having a romance, and I don't really mind who it is.
Mars deserves to.
Similarly to Mars.
I feel like having a relationship would chill Mars out.
Yeah. Yeah, it would.
It probably would, but as long as Joe's in the picture.
Ooh.
If Mars and Joe got together, that would be the worst.
Enemies turn to romance.
Oh no! Oh no!
What could
oh
go
dear.
wrong? Imagine those two dating, though.
It would just be them going and doing crimes as a date.
Honestly true. Like, Mars would be like, maybe we shouldn't do this. And Joe's like, no, we're doing it. And Mars is like, I mean, okay, if you insist.
Let's just go burn down a empty building.
Yes.
I think
Why?
it would be some.
Yeah.
We have another question.
Sorry, I think Rhea was saying something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's all right. I was gonna say, like, I think it would be similar to like Heather's, and
oh, absolutely.
Whoever, just like the relationship, it's chaotic, but one person will just back out when it gets too much.
It's like, all right, this is enough. It's always gonna be Mars backing out. Let's be honest. Joe's gonna be like, let's go. I like the picture. Joe just has the, you know, that like gif where they have like flames in their eyes and this big, like manic smile. That's Joe.
I just love Joe so much.
I love all these characters. Like, they feel real to me. I don't know if they feel real to other people, but I try to like make them feel real. You know?
Yeah.
They're not, like, your stereotypical heroes. I would even argue that none of them are heroes, but you still root for them because they're, like, the main characters, you know?
Yeah.
So we do have another question from Iron Horse. Favorite caffeinated drink for each character?
I'm gonna pull something from my actual real life. Do not judge me. I once in college, before an exam, I was probably like eight. This was probably a good 4 years ago. I was about 18. And before I say this, note the drinking age in Scotland is 18. It's not 21. This was perfectly legal. Bad decision, but legal. I ordered 6 espressos from our local coffee shop. And I added in 6 shots of vodka, stirred it up, and drank it straight. And I don't remember doing the exam, but I got an A.
Yeah.
Oh my.
That's amazing.
I feel like that's what Mars would do.
Yes, absolutely. It is canon.
Everything.
I feel like to counter that, if Phoenix had anything stronger than like Sprite, they'd like go bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
What about Joe? What do you think, Rhea?
It's not. Honestly, it is. It's just the syrup. It's just syrup. All of it. Just fill all of it like one espresso, but everything is just syrup.
Oh my god.
Everything is syrup.
Joe is that kid who will go to like a 7-Eleven and put every single drink in the cup and drink it.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you know the Vine where it's the guy that just hits every single dispenser and he's like,
yeah,
fuck you.
Yep, that's Joe. I feel like Galatea like is gonna like champagne or wine, but then in secret just likes like this really hard cold beer is just like, it's not classy enough to drink in public. I have to think about my appearance, because Galatea is very much thinking about her appearance, you know? I don't know, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
I feel like Sawyer is gonna like rum and Ellery just like champagne. I feel like Katie Bell is gonna like the most alien, far out drink that you can find.
I feel like though, just if it was on Earth, she would have the most extra like Starbucks Frappuccino with all the things in it.
I feel like Aveline is just straight up Red Bull.
Or just a small black coffee.
Yeah. G's favorite caffeinated drink is a juice box.
It's the high C.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine G with caffeine? Jesus.
Mars would have a handful.
I think it would they would be on the exact same wavelength and just go wild.
Which is funny because, like, G is, like, probably just a few inches shorter than Mars.
We're so short.
But, like, you think about it, G is an 8-year-old who's already, like, almost 5 foot.
Yeah, Mars is just a short king.
Mars is doing their best. Nick is saying in the chat that Katie Bell's favorite drink is hot chocolate, and honestly, yeah.
Yeah. With, like, whipped cream and marshmallows and shredded chocolate on top. And, like,
absolutely. With, like, sprinkle some peppermint in there.
Yeah.
You guys are making me thirsty.
Drink some water.
I really want a coffee. It's like 10:30 at night.
Emmett, no. Sometimes my girlfriend will drink tea at night, and I'm just like, babe. And then we're up at 1 a.m. and they're like, I can't sleep. I'm like, well,
I
you did drink tea.
I do the exact same thing. I've just suddenly remembered what actually happened when I had that horrific concoction of espresso and vodka. And it was this one guy in my class who was sitting like 2 seats away from me, just turned and stared at me and was like, what was that? And I was like, I told him what it was, and he was like, are you okay? I was like, no.
It's like, no, but I'm gonna pretend I am.
It's like, no, but I don't care. It's 9 a.m. I have an exam. Don't talk to me. Which is the most Mars I've ever been in my entire life, I think.
Also, the other time you were the most Mars was when you got casted. You were working at, like, some science place, and we were all just like, oh, real life Mars.
Yeah, it was one of the worst jobs I've ever had, actually.
Oh, no.
I was a lab technician, and it was this, like, wee science-y startup lab. And I was so underqualified for working there. And I somehow ended up working there for 1.5 years when it was supposed to be working there for 3 months. And I just, because I was originally just supposed to be doing, I'll see if I can actually remember what the hell it was called. It was plasma vapor deposition.
Wow.
To make medical devices repel water, basically, was what I was doing. I don't understand how it worked. I don't understand why.
It was science.
But I know how to do it. And yeah, occasionally they were like, listen, we need your blood to test these devices. Here's a nurse. We're going to steal your blood. Here's £60 for it.
Oh, dear. Oh, gosh.
Are you sure they're not making clones of you?
I don't know, but I don't work there, so it's fine. Yeah, and eventually I got made redundant because they were like, we don't need you. And I was like, okay. And then now I work as a customer service thing over the phone.
Nice.
Which is good because I can work from home. And I don't need to deal with being the stupidest person in the office.
Oh, no.
But unfortunately, Mars skins me.
Okay, here's a fun question I just thought of. Out of all of the characters in Dining in the Void, who's gonna refuse to wear a mask during the pandemic?
Joe.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's just, yep, there's the answer.
Wait, hold on. Oh, I was gonna say, it's not even just that Joe will not have a mask, but they will purposefully distract other people who wear masks and find ways to take it down and then dirty it so that way you can't put it back on.
Yeah, that's something Joe would do.
I feel like Galatea would get one of those like ridiculous like lace or sheer masks that people are selling so that you're technically compliant with mask regulations, but you're really just an arsehole.
And then someone's like, Galatea, you can't do that. And then Galatea's like, you know what? Okay. And then Galatea would honestly make really fashionable ones.
Yeah.
She would.
This
She
is
would
all
learn her lesson.
She did it one time and was just like, you know what? This is not right.
I feel like Mars would just be in full like
hazmat suit.
Yeah.
Mars is like, no one come near me, no one touch me.
Quarantine themselves in their lab and just be like, you are not allowed in. No one's allowed in. I have 3 months of food stockpiled. Go away. Trying to help people.
Someone sneezed and Mars locked them in the quarantine chamber.
Yeah.
I love this show so much, and I love that you guys are a part of this show with me. It's been really fun, and you really brought these characters to life. And we have a fun time, I think. Yeah? Maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would
Definitely.
hope so. I think we've been going for about 2 hours and 16 minutes. I think we should probably cut it soon.
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
Next week, we're going to be listening to episode 4 and 5, I believe. I believe we're going to be listening to both.
Yes, we are.
So yeah, anyone is welcome to join me if either of you would like. I'll have to look through the scripts again and see what's going to happen in those episodes, but it's going to be good. I'm excited for season 2 to come out. Tomorrow we release our second Cassie episode. There's some good things coming. There's a lot gonna happen.
And we're all very excited.
Yeah. Alright. Thank you guys for everyone who joined us for this stream. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Thank you for being very patient with us. And I hope you guys stay safe out there, and see you later.
Au revoir.
Yep.